going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and today I want to talk about PlayStation's E3 2016 press conference. Similar to what we did with the Xbox press conference, being that the recording of this video is the next day following the conferences and I didn't just watch the conference, was going to do a reaction, but we're not going to do that because I'm not going to deceive you guys like that. I'm not actually reacting and I'm fresh off the conference. So instead, I want to do as quick as possible, a recap of all the things Sony went through and talked about in their press conference, and then highlight a few things and share my thoughts on them. So as fast as I possibly can, let's recap Sony's E3 2016 press conference. Now it all started with an orchestra. They had a live orchestra there. They played a song with the curtain closed. And the cool thing about this whole live orchestra thing is that they played all of the music for every single game, trailer, and demo that they showed off during the press conference. I thought that was really impressive and a really nice touch. So kudos to that one. But the first game they showed was God of War. And this is a brand new game coming to the PlayStation 4. They showed off a nice, beautiful looking demo. Had Kratos, he had a beard and all that stuff. Then they moved into Days Gone, which I think was originally called Dead Don't Ride, but it's now called Days Gone. That looked really cool. They showed a trailer off that. And then the last thing they showed off at the press conference actually came back to Days Gone and showed a pretty lengthy live gameplay demo of that. So that was pretty cool. Then they moved on to right into The Last Guardian. Brief trailer, they touched on it. Big news there is they gave us a release date. That's coming out October 25th, 2016. I know that game has had trouble development for years and years and years. So it's nice to actually have an official release date. So I know a lot of people are going to be stoked on that one. I don't know if I'm going to get that game, to be quite honest. I don't really know much about it. So I'm probably going to wait to see some gameplay and see reviews and go from there. Then they moved right into a big, nice, long, lengthy demo of Horizon Zero Dawn. And I'll touch more on this one, but it looks freaking awesome. Then right after that, they moved into the new game from Quantic Dream, Detroit Become Human. And this was a pretty lengthy trailer. And I think it was a really well put together trailer. They did a nice job kind of explaining what this game is. If you guys don't know what type of game it is, this is the same developer that came up with, that brought us Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. So each of your choices that you make in that game have consequences and affect the outcome of the game. So this trailer did a nice job of showing that, and I thought it looked really freaking cool. And if it's anything like Heavy Rain, yes, sign me up for that because that's going to be awesome. Then they talked about VR and moved into a VR segment in the conference where they announced Resident Evil 7. They showed a demo of this, a VR demo, what you would be seeing if you were wearing the VR headset, and holy crap, it looked scary. I got PT vibes from it. It looked awesome. That game's coming out January 24th, 2017, which was really cool. Then they came back on stage real briefly and talked about PlayStation VR. Gave us an official release date, October 13th, 2016, which is really exciting for me because that's I have the headset pre-ordered. That's the headset I'm getting. I don't have a strong enough PC to run the Vive or the Oculus. So PlayStation, baby, and go PlayStation all the way. You get in the VR headset. So that was super exciting. Really excited about that. They also announced they're going to have 50 games coming to the PlayStation this year, by the end of the year, for PSVR. So that was pretty exciting. They kind of did, went through a couple and did a little sizzle reel of those. Farpoint stood out to me, which was like a Mars space first-person shoot-'em-up adventure thing. Also, Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing mission looked really cool. Who wouldn't want to fly in an X-Wing? And then Batman Arkham VR, where you will be Batman. That really caught my attention. Came out of nowhere. Didn't expect it. Done by Rocksteady, same guys that brought us the Arkham games. Cannot wait. That's coming in October. Then they moved to Final Fantasy 15. Reiterated the September 30th, 2016 release date and announced a VR experience for Final Fantasy 15. Those didn't speak to me whatsoever. But if you're a huge fan of Final Fantasy, you have that to look forward to. Right after that, boom, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare gave us a nice long demo of that. Interesting thing about this is that I gotta say this real quick, is that the demo looked really cool. They showed off some really cool stuff. It was crazy to see him flying from spaceships and space battles into just being in space, shooting people on spaceships on foot, and then to boots on the ground combat, all seamless, one experience. I thought that was really interesting and actually quite impressive to see it all in one fluid sequence. The interesting thing about this though is to me it's not Call of Duty anymore, and there's some laser guns in there and stuff like that, and I feel like we've gone so far away from what we know and love about Call of Duty that it just doesn't really feel like it anymore, and that really didn't speak to me. I still don't plan on getting this game, but I do want to say it did look really cool. Then they moved into Modern Warfare Remastered, little demo, or not demo, excuse me, trailer that they showed off there. No big deal. Interesting thing about this though is that the campaign for Modern Warfare Remastered is coming to PlayStation 4 first. If I read that correctly, it was really brief. I think that's notable here, and the whole handling of this Modern Warfare Remastered thing to me is super sketchy. I don't like it whatsoever, and is also one of the reasons why I have no interest in purchasing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. We'll see, only time will tell. I might be reading too much into it, but noted. Right after that was a huge announcement. They're remastering Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and Warped, bringing that to the PlayStation 4 this October. Thought that was a huge announcement. I was actually watching the kind of funny live guys, watching their reaction and their live stream during the press conference, and Tim Geddes literally shit his pants. He was so excited. It was so cool just to see that excitement. They're also bringing Crash Bandicoot to Skylanders. Sorry for my dog bark in the background. And then they moved into a really weird trailer for Lego Star Wars. So I say weird because it just felt out of place. This game's coming out in like 2 weeks. Why do we need to see it again? But they showed a trailer. Big announcement from that was there is a demo for Lego Star Wars out right now. So if you want to go download and play that, you can. Again, the game's coming out in 2 weeks. After that was the mic drop moment where they brought out Hideo Kojima, showed a trailer for his upcoming game that he's been working on. Spoiler alert, he's with Norman Reedus. I was freaking out during this segment. And the game is called Death Stranding. Again, no release date. I don't anticipate seeing this game for a while. Talk more about that in just a minute. And then the last new game that they showed out was Spider-Man, exclusive to the PS4, done by Insomniac Games, which I thought was really, really cool. I liked what I saw. Man, that was a mouthful. So I mentioned in my Xbox E3 recap video that I didn't think Sony would be able to outdo Microsoft, because I thought Xbox had an awesome press conference. I thought it was very solid. They did a lot of awesome things in there, some really cool announcements and games. But in my opinion, Sony blew them out of the water. This press conference was insane, and I think what it was all games. There was very little talking. Developers didn't come out to talk about their game. They let the games and the demos and trailers speak for themselves. It was incredible. It was just, they shotgun all these games at you, and it was just bam, 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 game. It was like, is this for real right now? Like, I can barely breathe. It's so intense. It was an incredible press conference. And for me, most of the games that they showed not only were exclusive to PlayStation 4, but they really spoke to me on that level. So I understand if you guys don't feel the same way. Some of those games might not speak to you, but holy crap, you got to give Sony credit. They came out guns blazing. So what were some of the highlights for me? First and foremost, God of War. This new God of War game, I don't know if it's a sequel or if it's a full-on reboot, but it looked incredible. The demo looked amazing. The interesting thing here is that it's the third-person camera's perspective is much different than the previous God of War games. It almost really reminded me of The Last of Us, because there's a hunting sequence in there and it's snowy forest. Really got that Last of Us vibe. However, once you started moving into the combat, it's, again, very different. Not a hack and slash like God of War was, but it kind of reminded me of Dark Souls in the sense that you're switching between attacking and dodging the enemy's attacks. When he did the little boss battle in there, it's brutal. The combat looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see this new direction for this God of War game, because it looks gorgeous, and I loved it. It was a crazy way to start off the show. The next big highlight for me was Days Gone, and this game is heavily inspired by The Last of Us and Walking Dead. And when they showed off this trailer, everyone was thinking, is this The Last of Us 2? Just the whole setting, the way they talked about the zombies, just the voiceover for it totally looked like The Last of Us 2. However, it's Days Gone, which is okay. Follows this motorcycle gang, or this guy who's a part of a motorcycle gang. But the demo they showed up, when we finally got to see some gameplay, was just incredible. It was unreal, because I love the setting. I love the ambiance, just the feeling you get when you play this game. And once the zombies started coming, they really started coming out. And it reminded me of World War Z, just the way the zombies would just almost pour through doors, pour through openings, and just this huge wave of zombies coming at the main character there. It looked absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait to play this game. Not even on my radar. This game blew me away, and it looks just awesome. Another big highlight in a game that I was hoping we would see a lengthy gameplay demo for was Horizon Zero Dawn. The demo they showed off was just awesome. It answered all my questions about what are we going to be doing in this game, what are some of the systems, how does this game play, what's the combat like. It answered all of those things. The great thing about this demo is that it didn't answer any questions about the story and the world, and that's to me, that's the way you do it, because that's what I want to explore as a player in this game. I want to learn about the story. I'm very intrigued about the story. What are these robots? What am I going to be doing? What am I fighting for? What's going to happen in this game? It's just so awesome. But the combat looks really intense, looks very fast-paced, and it looks really cool. So you can actually hack into some of the animals, these machine dinosaur animal things, and she did that, and then she was riding one, used it, which was really cool. And it just everything about this game just looks fascinating and amazing. And I really think this game has the potential to be a huge hit and franchise for Sony. It just looks awesome, and every time I see this game, I'm just more and more sold on it. So cannot wait. It answered my questions. Just give me the game now. The next big highlight was the Resident Evil 7 demo. And I talked about this a little bit. Again, they showed the VR demo, and I was getting PT vibes. I thought this was going to be PT. They were going to reboot PT, bring it into a VR experience. Everything about that screamed PT. Ended up being Resident Evil 7, which came out of left field. I was blown away by that. It looks like they're bringing it back to the survival horror roots. It's going to be that first-person perspective. Crazy thing about this is that you can play the game normal from a first person with a controller, that perspective on a TV, or you can play it entirely as a VR game. That's awesome. I cannot wait. There's a demo actually out right now. I'm going to go play. I might do a let's play of it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know if you guys would like to see that down in the comments below. Another big moment, and obviously I call it the mic drop moment because I was literally screaming at the screen when this happened, was when Hideo Kojima came out. Just the way he came out, first thing he says is, "I'm back." And it's just like, oh my gosh, yes. It was such an awesome moment. And then seeing that demo, and then when they finally show Norman Reedus pop up on this little trailer, was an incredible moment. Everyone was screaming and chanting, and everyone was waiting for that last piece. Where is Guillermo del Toro? Unfortunately, he was nowhere to be found anywhere in the trailer, but this game looks really crazy. Go watch the trailer. It's really creepy. I'm excited. Thing with this though is this game is far off. You know we're not going to see this game until 2018, 2019 most likely. You probably didn't need to have this in the conference, but holy crap, it blew me away. And I cannot wait to see more of this game and hopefully try it. Hopefully it does another PT demo. That would be awesome. The last major highlight and takeaway for me was the Spider-Man PS4 game being done by Insomniac Games. I thought this just looked really cool. They did some kind of gameplay snippets, or at least kind of what gameplay might look like. And if it's anything like what Rocksteady did with the Batman Arkham games, then I think this game is going to be amazing. It looks incredible. The Spider-Man costume was a little weird. I don't know what universe or anything like that it's from, but I have faith in Insomniac Games. I love Sunset Overdrive. I love the new Ratchet and Clank game. They're great developers, so I have faith that they're going to do Spider-Man justice and bring us an awesome game. So I cannot wait. It just looks super cool, and I love the idea of it. So those were my biggest highlights and takeaways from Sony's E3 2016 press conference. They literally blew me away, and I don't think there was a dull moment in that press conference. Everything, the execution of it was just brilliant. I loved the live orchestra. The games they showed off were incredible, and Sony just has an amazing lineup that really speaks to me personally. So let me know what you guys thought about Sony's press conference down in the comments below. What was your favorite game? I want to know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this long-winded video, and until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online.
Yeah, now come up, it's shady you now if you with me, put your hands up. On the fly, ladies, to the front, go ahead, stand up. Fellas, if you see the one you want, it's time to man up. Like, hey, oh, and if you see